Now, Talk Real Estate, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, located on the South Shore, and I have been working as a full-time realtor and sales and marketing consultant for home buyers and home sellers for the past 15 years. My unique approach to assisting my clients to the next chapter of their lives is driven by being a team player and by offering them continuous training, education, advising, and mentoring. Every week, I will be providing you with real estate topics ranging from home buyer and home seller advice, legal matters, insurance binders, flood insurance concerns, home inspection questions, environmental worries like radon, lead paint, and mold, mortgages and loan programs, staging tips and ideas, real estate contracts, market trends, home values, and more. It's a talk radio show, and you can follow along online. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We'd love to talk real estate. If you missed any of our shows, you can listen on my podcast at talkrealestateradio.com. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me regarding your home sale or your home purchase, you can connect with me anytime at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And hello to all our South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate with Boston Connect Real Estate's broker team. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined by my team members, Sharon McNamara, who's in the other room right now, and
She's
Mary
social
Baker.
distancing.
Social distancing, setting up another situation over there so she can be a part of our show tonight. And then Mary Baker, my team member, she's sitting next to me, but at a good distance.
Yeah, you can't see me. If you're watching on Facebook Live, I'm nowhere.
Although I'm not sure if it really matters because we do live together, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You would be considered a familial unit.
Okay, good.
We're familial.
Familial. That sounds like Italian or something. Is it Italian?
I'm not sure the derivative of the word.
Everything comes from Latin.
Yeah,
Don't make me answer that.
Yeah, okay, we'll just go with that. Tonight we are going to be continuing our conversation. This is the fourth week that we are going to be covering this topic because it is the number one thing everybody should be talking about right now. So we're going to be continuing a conversation with our local public safety officials with the update on the impacts of the coronavirus to our community. And then Mary and I are going to be talking, Mary, Sharon, and I are going to be talking about the impacts that we've seen in the real estate industry. But we'll start off with what's going on with our community. So tonight we are joined by again for the fourth week in a row, the Pembroke's Deputy Fire Chief Ken McCormick. Hello.
Hello.
And Pembroke's Health Agent Lisa Cullity.
Hello.
I feel like we're all a big family.
Welcome.
Yes.
You said you missed us when we first walked in.
I know.
Actually, you yelled at me, Ken.
I did.
I know. Mary and I weren't here last week. Sharon was running the show around here, so she's going to be joining us shortly. But yeah, we missed you last week, so we were tuning in on Facebook.
There was an extra long show, too. You guys were on until 8 o'clock, which was nice.
Yep.
So a lot of information that was given out.
Yep.
Yeah. We also were joined by Josh Cutler, and he's going to be joining in later on. He's the Massachusetts State Rep for the 6th District in Plymouth County, so that covers Pembroke, Duxbury, and Hanson. He's going to be calling in shortly, I think around 6:30 after the traffic. So, we wanted to cover this topic again, and I think that we're going to be continuing covering this topic as we had a press conference today with Governor Baker, and he gave sort of an update, and we'll go over that and how that is going to impact all of us in this room and all of us.
It seems like it's going to.
Seems like it's going to. So, it's changing every day, and I think that that's why, we're continuing to talk about this topic is because we're seeing it change, every day with the real estate world. You guys are seeing it change every day with, our community. So we want to dive into that because obviously it's the most important topic everybody should be talking about.
Well, I was Googling a lot earlier today, and I saw something scary that officially the death toll for the coronavirus has surpassed the amount that we lost in 9/11, which kind of made me really sad because probably 9/11 for me was the most significant disaster in U.S. history for my lifetime anyway, until something like this, because this is going to claim a whole lot more lives than that.
Yeah, sadly, yes.
Yeah. So I read that and I was like, oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It is.
And even public safety people too, because something that I listened to the radio show last week, and Sharon was talking to you guys, and Ken, we were talking about how you are walking into houses that you have no idea where these people have been sometimes, and they're not really being forthright or forthcoming to you, not necessarily because they're hiding anything, but because they just don't. They don't know.
Why would they? It's not norm.
Yeah, it's not in their mind pertinent information that they have to be sharing. Yep. But if one of you gets sick, then potentially 7 are exposed, and that's literally half of our fire department in Pembroke.
Good
Can't be having that.
Oh, yeah.
We do have specific information with Lisa hanging on traffic, though.
Okay,
awesome.
perfect. Well, we are going to pass the torch over to Lisa at the WATD Traffic Center to see how anybody who is driving home from work is fortunate enough to still have a job right now. Why don't you let everybody know how it's looking out there, Lisa?
Well, thanks, Melissa, and thanks to Ken for doing a great job. You know, we cannot thank our first responders enough. Anyway, for those of you taking the T, the red line is running on a Saturday schedule, and Logan Express service at Braintree is reduced to hourly operations. The expressway southbound's a 9-minute ride in both directions between Boston and Braintree. Route 3 South is a 10-minute drive from the expressway down to Rockland. 93 and 128 are in good shape, as is Route 24 South. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. Traffic on the 9s every morning. I'm Lisa DeMilo in the WATD Traffic Center.
We now return to Talk Real Estate, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services on 95.9 WATD.
We are back. You are listening to Talk Real Estate with Boston Connect Real Estate's broker team. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I'm joined by my team members, Sharon McNamara and Mary Baker. Tonight, we are continuing our conversation about coronavirus and how it's impacting our community and the real estate world. But first, I re-listened to our show last week, and I know somebody or a couple people called into Ben, just wanted to get your information and sort of what you guys do in the town. So why don't we recap that part? Lisa, do you want to start off with telling everybody
Absolutely.
who you are, what you do for the town, how long you've been doing it, all that fun stuff?
Sure. So I serve as the town's health agent, which basically is the director of public health for the town of Pembroke. And the vast majority of my time is usually spent on septic systems and Title V's, working with nice folks like you guys. I've been serving as the agent for just shy of 10 years now. I was on the Board of Health for over 12 years before that. And my educational background is earth sciences, geology. So usually when it comes to the health stuff, we have public health nurses that work directly on health with us. However, when it comes to emergency management, my role will shift to a much more health intensive type of directive, but more in the area of management and oversight rather than direct health work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm sorry, did I miss how long you've been doing this?
Yep, just shy of 10 years.
Just shy of 10 years.
So as long as I've been in real estate.
Pretty much.
We should have an anniversary party in 2020.
When this is all over, I think we should all have a party.
Yes.
Sharon, you're hosting, right? Oh, she's in.
Is your position in the town, is that elected or is
no,
it
it's an appointed. It's one of the few appointed non-union positions within the community that when the town adopted the Town Manager Act, my position would be hired and terminated by the town manager.
Oh, okay. Okay, and we might have the town manager joining us later. If we do, we'll do his introduction as well. But okay, moving on to the one and only Ken McCormick.
So I'm the deputy chief with the Pembroke Fire Department. I'm going into my 26th year.
Oh, you got us all beat there.
A little bit. My role is the second in command of the department under the chief. I do fire inspection, fire prevention. You
do it all.
Yeah, we do a lot. I do a lot. There's a lot that I'm EMS coordinator, the QA/QI officer for the department. So there's a lot. And then when Corona COVID-19 decided to come visit. And
he got a whole new job.
Yeah, we have a whole new job.
He's the only one who, Corona's the only one that's traveling right now.
Yeah.
We're not traveling.
So we had a whole new job. So, we have a great team here in Pembroke.
We're lucky.
Our PIMA team. We
We're
all
very
work
lucky.
well together. We all work very well under Lisa's guidance. So
that's that task force that you guys put together, right?
Yeah. Gosh, 7-8 years ago now, Ken. Most communities, so every community is tasked by the state through multiple bureaus, not just Department of Public Health, but through MEMA, which is Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency, and other agencies send down directives to the town that in the case of a dire emergency, you have to have basically a master plan, a disaster plan of what happens in your community. So it was about 8 years ago that Ken and I started working together on this, along with the chief of police, and now most recently the fantastic Lieutenant McDonald and the fantastic Lieutenant LaPierre have stepped up into this agency role. And we're charged with putting together what they call an org chart or a command chart and everything else. And what many communities our size do is do what's called a unified command, where these team players all work together, and rather than just it's your thing, you handle it and everything else, it's kind of like a team approach. And depending on what the threat is, obviously who's going to be at the top of that org chart is going to depend on what the threat. I mean, obviously in a fire, it's going to be the fire department or some sort of chemical spill. And obviously if it was a hostile threat of some sort, it would be the police department. But the job of the rest of us is kind of to back up and support and use our resources and expertise to support what's going on. So lucky me, it's COVID. So I get to be the virus girl. I'm the head of the virus.
That's right.
So
you drew the short straw.
Yeah, exactly. I drew the short straw this time. I am going to be very happy when I no longer draw the short straw. But, we're seeing the kinds of things now we want to see. We're seeing not that incredibly high surge we saw in China, that we saw in Italy. Unfortunately, it looks like New York's getting hit with a little higher surge than a lot of the other places across the country, which is really sad. But again, with a higher population is somewhat to be expected. But right now in most of Massachusetts and certainly the South Shore, we're seeing that much slower progression. We're going to see a spike. I don't want to lead anyone into any false hopes. It is coming. We're going to see that spike, but it does not seem to be happening with quite the